Lisa, and this is Andrew, my son.
Hi.
And we're just going to demonstrate a balance. I have balanced him so much that we were having a hard time coming up with the goal. But what we would do first is identify the issue or a goal. So in this case, it's going to be a little bit strange, but you know, I have a child who loves to pull the threads off of his slipper socks and loves to eat the thread. Okay, so that's the goal that we're going to work on today. Okay, all right, is that okay? All right, so we're identifying the goal, and the first thing we need to do is just to find out if he's hydrated, because our body's an electrical circuit. So we are just going to pull on the hair, and he's not hydrated. So he's just we're not doing a hydration balance because he doesn't have the deep hydration issue. We've already done the balance, but just at this moment, he needs some water. And I pull it again just to make sure. Okay. All right, Dan, I'm going to check some of his energy circuits, and this is the one that's out. And we're going to do the swimmers. So centering's out a little bit. This one's okay, and a little bit, but his centering is out in relationship to this goal. So because he's not centered, that's probably underlying why he's pulling his socks. Okay. Anyway, lay down. And so basically, we just go with the body. So I have to figure out, since this is a primarily an emotional issue, so let's start here. Okay, and so we have to do we need to balance that right now? Yes. So his governing meridian was off, so I'm just going to use a fork, whatever fork his body needs, to balance the governing meridian. We need it here, we need it here. Okay, so his one of his meridians are out. Now we're just balancing his meridians so we can start the balance. Okay, so I'm looking at there's a bunch of different protocols here, and this is I'm first looking at switching. So is there something inside of his body that is causing him to, we just call it to be switched, right? So it's basically a deep emotional issue that's in relationship to his goal. So we are going to, okay, so we're going to be looking at, is it this one? And is it a chakra? Nope, it's not related to a chakra. Is it top and bottom switching, front and back switching? So we have front and back switching from your head. You are your front and your back. So you are, depending on the old patterns. So instead of him kind of knowing that he shouldn't be eating from his socks, he is relying on old habits of putting things in his mouth when he was a child, for example. So I'm going to be looking to see in the limbic system, the emotional system, if there is any, like where the blockages are. There's a combination of so he has a combination of rage, anger, and frustration with pleasure reward blocked. just in relationship to this goal. Doesn't mean that's the way it is all the time, but that was it. Usually, usually when we get into this part of looking deep into the amygdala and the emotional center, we usually find a lot of blockages, but I've done so much work on him that there was only one point on there. Okay, you don't have to do that. Right, is there any cross references? No. And then what we do is at this point, we look to see if there's cross references. Maybe there's neurotransmitters that are in relation, maybe there's brain parts that are in relation, maybe, and I have, for example, a whole packet just of amino acids, neurotransmitters, hormones, brain parts. This is cranial nerves. A lot of different methylation charts, all kinds of charts of pathways of the body. And I can find, Tim, for example, let's say in this switching, let's say their switching was correlated with this chart on inflammation, for example, and I can find out where it is. That will help release the energy blocking from this switching. Okay, good. He doesn't have any of that, so we can move on. But his reticular activating system, which is, I think, part of what's going on with your little guy, the reticular activating system is involved. So we're going to look at, is it sound, sight, touch, taste, and, oh wait, no, it's touch. He must just like pulling it. It's related to touch. Okay, so now let's look. Now we go to 26, 27. And that's, and I said we're going to do that was it. That was very simple. Wow. So, see, once you balance someone, then all the other balance, if you really balance someone, then it's really hard to find anything about. The vestibular system's okay. The cerebellum. So we're going to look at the different parts of the cerebellum. So I'm just scanning a bunch of charts in the cerebellum, and I found one of these pathways, this one. So the pathway, so one of the pathways in the cerebellum, that's it. And these, anything from here, that's it. We're stuck now. I have to pull out a different one. This is on this protocol was for memory, for the scan diagrams for the memory system. So it just wants me to find some little thing in here. Maybe because he's remembering something when he's doing it. So let's see what we're looking for. Down here. Information via the clinic. So CD8. Oh, limbic system. CD17. And physiology. And CD8. That was it. And is there something else stuck? Oh, something in my immune protocols. When he has some kind of toxicity. Probably some kind of toxicity in his socks. And do I need to do this? something on this page. Cytokines. Check the cytokines. I'm looking for all the different cytokines that his immune system is IgG. And IL-23 plus TGF-beta. I need to find something in here. Interleukins. Interleukins. So you're looking. One, two. And I'm looking two. That's it. That's it. Here's my box. These over on. I'll just put it here. Okay, stack, balance. Okay, now it's time to balance. So his body wants to balance. So what we did is we kind of stacked a bunch of things into the circuit, and now his body is ready to get rid of it. And I'm going to one of these forks. Do you need colored glasses? Do you need eye movements? No. It's going to go back. Do you need another one? Nope. Okay, do we have something else we need to do? Nope. So let's check your governing meridian. Still out. Here, stand up. Don't step on these things. Okay, so think about, close your eyes. Think about eating your socks. And think about when you feel like you have to put the thread, when you're pulling it off your sock and putting it into your mouth, you feel like you have to do that anymore. Let's see how stressed your body is when you think about that. So there's still stress in that centering, but not there and here. There. So, but we're still a little bit stressed centering. So just keep thinking of it. Do you need color glasses? Yes. Do you need red, orange, yellow, green? And do you need to move your eyes to the right?
Wait, do I keep my eyes closed?
You know them. Do you need to move them to the right, to the left, up, down, over here in this corner? Yep. Okay, just move your eyes up here while you're thinking about eating your threads. Okay. Now look over here. Now look down here, and up here. Okay. Now let's check. Think about eating your threads. Okay, much stronger. Good. All right. So now how do you feel? What are you going to do when you're sitting at the sofa?
I'm not going to eat my socks.
You're not going to eat your socks. Okay. All right. So that just gives you an example of having an issue, putting it online, checking the body to see if it's balanced in relationship to that goal, finding all the issues that might be part of that goal, and then And then just doing something very simple to balance it and to make sure the system is balanced in relationship to their goal. So we have the energetic work, we have the sensory motor work, which is what you see up on the board. And then we have the nutritional and the functional diagnostic nutrition work, and they all have its role. So obviously, you can address things from just one of the 3 points of views, but I think it's more powerful to first remove the underlying energetic blockages. And as we are maybe doing some of the sensory motor stuff, because sometimes that goes hand in hand, and then to target more of the nutrition stuff after some of this has been removed. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. Let me know. Okay. Thank you.